Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am back for more Joe. It's Ashita no Joe, episode 9, and the title of this episode is oddly similar to the previous episode. The previous episode was titled Toko Boys Detention Center, and this episode is titled Toko High Security Juvenile Prison, which I think is the same prison but like a worse part of it. Very curious. We have Nishi and Joe entered the prison, and it's not a great place to be, as expected. Joe, however, has proved himself, at least a little bit, and seems to have carved out a niche for himself in the hierarchy. I'm not exactly sure where that niche is, but he seems to have gotten to a place where the elders are gonna mostly leave him alone, except for the horrifying schemes that they make to get back at him because he's beaten them and made them look like fools. Nishi has become, like, totally subservient, totally kowtowing, and there was some interesting discussion in my Discord about that as a form of jobbing. The practice where in actual boxing or fighting, somebody loses in order to make the next person look better. And that transitions over to anime, especially a boxing anime, really effectively. You have a character who's really big and strong, and then the main character beats them, and that serves to build up the main character as being awesome. And then the character who was so big and strong goes, "Oh, but don't fight my big brother, he's really scary. He's actually scary." And then we build up that the big brother's scarier than this guy, so now the big brother's scary. And maybe our hero will have a hard time with the big brother. And if you use this format and you apply it to, like, Bleach or Naruto, it's like all over the place. It's all over the place. You've got characters constantly joining the main character's team and then being like, "But wait, main character, our next step will be so much harder than what we've done before. In fact, I don't even know if we can succeed. It's impossible." I seem to remember there being a, like, very direct sequence of hierarchy that we climbed through in Bleach in particular, and it's all over the place, and it works. It's fine. I'm just more wondering if there's going to be something more to Nishi's character, whether we're doing something here with him, with a contrast between him and Joe, and I think I might be overthinking it. All of that serves only to set the scene, because we enter into the cafeteria and can't help but feel eyes on us. There's a man in the corner, and he's looking at us. He's giving you the eyes. The fight me eyes or the fuck me eyes. I'm not entirely sure. So I tried to draw him today. I scrolled him. I tried to break down what the DNA of this character is. We start with a dump truck chin. It's a big fucking booty of a chin. I started at butt chin, then I went booty chin, and then I went dump truck chin. He has the most fuckboy little smirk grin thing that he's doing. He's got a big ol' nose that looks like it's been broken once or twice. He's generally handsome, and that's accented a little bit by his Superman swoosh of hair and his big thicky boy hair and his oddly sensitive eyes. There's, like, actual depth and character there, not just a gleam or a glare at somebody who he sees as an enemy, not just fondness, but something confusing and complicated. The look, perhaps, of a man one could hate. Maybe even the man I hate. That's my guess. That's what I'm thinking here. He appears to be the guy in the OP. He is being introduced right here. Who is that beautiful man in the corner giving you bedroom eyes? And what does he want with Joe? On a less humorous note, it's pretty clear that this is an important character. Maybe the important character outside of our, like, Danpei-Joe romantic pairing. Here is our foil, our rival, and potentially one of the greatest rivals ever written. So my eyes are wide open as I watch our introduction to this character. Who are you, and how will you determine the future of our show? I've been thinking a good bit about foils, and part of the reason is that I'm trying to run a little mini D&D campaign thing for my partner, and we don't have anybody else to play with right now. So I'm just going to be running solo, and that means running with a couple of sidekicks, and so I'm trying to organize an inorganic, slightly organic party. It's really weird because normally when you got a D&D party, you just throw a bunch of characters together and the players figure out who each other are. But I want sidekicks, and I wanted sidekicks who work effectively as a cool, interactive team for a party. So I went looking into team building ideas and tropes and stumbled, as I have a number of times before, upon the ideas of the 4-man and 5-man band. And in the 5-man band and in lots of other stories, the Lancer is the foil. You have your main character, who's the hero, and then you've got a Lancer, who's who's the foil for that hero. And in that situation, the hero is usually a little bit more steady-headed, and the Lancer's a little more gung-ho, a little more violent, a little more quick to snap, a little crazy, a little bit more like Joe. So that's a bit of a wrinkle. Joe's a lot more like the impulsive Lancer. He's spiky. He's pokey. So how do you create a great foil for him? And I don't really know. I don't really know how you create a great foil for Joe. One thought is that you just invert everything about him. So he loves to fight. Enemy doesn't love to fight, but is really good at it. Something like that. Or he's good at fighting. This guy had to work to be good at fighting. Or Joe comes from nothing and sees fighting as the path to something. This guy comes from everything and sees fighting as a path to nothingness, right? And I think that part is where we start to hone in on what makes a good rivalry or a good foil, because I think what it comes down to is two people pursuing the same goals for diametrically opposed reasons, where the reasons that they have for pursuing those goals are in such opposition that they dislike each other, even though they're both pursuing the same thing, and then they're in competition for the same thing. If I were going to start that as a theme now, I would have these two compete over status or resources in the prison. Whether that's being looked on by everybody as the best fighter in the prison, or the ability to sit at your table without being harassed, or just get your meals, or whatever it is, I would have these two start butting heads right now and come quickly and confusingly to the realization that they can't see eye to eye in at least one important way. I would love it if they really could see eye to eye, if they were able to get over their hurdles. Do you know what I mean? I would love it if there was a woven aspect of tragedy to it. And I hate it, but I would love it if we could look at this and go, man, in a different circumstance, these guys would be best friends. What a shame that this world does not facilitate such friendships. But I don't know if that's where we're going. I'm really excited, now that I've said a bunch about what I think might happen, to dive into episode 9 of Ashita no Joe and find out what does happen. Let's meet whoever this beautiful guy is and find out why he's staring sensitive daggers at Joe. Okay, I've got episode 9, Toko High School High Security Juvenile Prison, up and ready to go. There'll be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on the Patreon, beep timer to count you down. Let's go! Let's go. But who is that? Nicky. Do-do-do-do. Ooh, another night in prison. His name is Rikishi Toru. That's pretty scary. Well, you're evil. Oh, I see. That's a perfect place for accidents to happen. Okay, forced labor. There we go. Same, same. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you sure? Oh, the darkness. Hmm. Wow, that's so fun. He also doesn't have an escape plan, right? Work, huh? Dry, dusty ground. Yeah. Yeah. Both from the guards. Hmm. Isn't there anything I can do? What about inside? Don't get bad ideas. It's gonna make work harder. Stuck on an island. Ah, shit. Will we get an intervention? Oh, shit. Of course, he takes the heat for it. Hmm. No hope out there. Interesting that he says no hope. These the kids? Dompe? He's a fortune teller? Whose poor eye? He's making an informed guess. That's hilarious. What if he comes back? That would be really funny. Yeah, that would be bad. Oh, whoa. Yeah, he's such a good boy. Definitely not going to escape or anything. Ah, dude, it's not good, though. Hmm. We're setting this up as a choice thing. If he wants to be a boxer, though, she says. That's such an interesting thing to set up. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Gonna dump shit on Joe or something? Yeah, Nishi just watching this. Nishi's just clocking something. They're gonna try to kill us here, huh? Oh, that's a big, big nope. Oh. Here's their intervention. Doria. He's on a bike? This motherfucker on a bike? Who the hell you think you are? Eyes, eyes. Eyes, eyes. Dude, again. Dude, give me 3 eyes. He's got a theme. Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, they all bow. They all bow. Yeah, who are you? Oh. You gotta fight me for it? Ooh. Yeah. Well, he's not a good guy. Like, the fuck? Yeah. Is it from Dompe? Oh. Don't try to run away. Oh. Wait, what does it say? What does the text say, you dork? Is Nishi gonna pick up the pieces? Ah, shit. God, the laughs are so fucking crazy. What are we doing at the pig farm? Yep, those are oinkers. See, my mind goes to Brick and feeding him to the pigs. Yeah. Yeah. What the... Oh, shit. Throwing you in. Yay! Yay! Ha ha ha, you're covered in poop. It's gross. Oh. So lame. Oh, that's where we're going. Yeah. This is a fun tradition that we do. We just love this as shit hazing. Yay! Yay! Shit hazing. I mean, this is gross and degrading, but the what? Are you gonna throw? Oh shit! What the fuck, man? Uh. Trying to kill you without killing you. Don't punch the pigs. Oh shit, dude. Oh my god. Yeah. That is insane, Nishi. That is insane. That is the most cartoon bullshit if this works. How are we gonna get off the fucking island? Poor pigs. They must be so confused. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Nanda. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's Gurren Lagann. Like exactly. Holy shit, what? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry! Poor pigs. I don't know, man. Oh, fuck. No way. Is he gonna foil us? Son of a bitch. Is he gonna foil our escape attempt? Whoa! My guy, what the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna get Joe? What the fuck? Why? Why? You fucking dickhead! You fucking shit for heads! The fuck, man? What's your fucking deal? What is your damage? Now Joe's gonna try to kill you. Yeah, which is great. He's so smug. Yeah, what the fuck is your deal? He is better than you. He's a wall, huh? He's not somebody striving for the same thing. He's a wall. An obstacle that Joe can't overcome. Fuck, and he doesn't move. Oi, oi. Or die trying. A little bit of respect, maybe. I'm gonna get fucking put in the dirt. He didn't even swing back. He'd let him. Uh-oh. Now I'm really scared. Teeaboo. He's not moving. Hello? Excuse me, Rishi? Nope. Ball. How shite are you really? Fuck. Fuck. Sping bam. The difference. The difference. We don't even get to see it. He moves too fast. Fuck. It's like being on the other side of Joe. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. That rattled his brain cage. You're going unconscious, buddy. Night night. Echo, 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 echo. Jesus Christ. Well, we've got something to aim for. Yeah, his nervous system is rattled. That's true, Rikishi. He's trained. It's because he's barely trained. He only has one punch. Right? Like, and even then, he hasn't actually trained it. Yeah, Nishi? Okay, buddy. Not really. Still on a fucking island. Nah. I don't buy it. I get that it sets us up so that Rikishi's the one who takes that away from us, but nah. I don't buy it. We wouldn't have escaped. Cool scene, though. But, Ashita wa dochi da? That's all I was listening for was Ashita wa dochi da? 立つんだじゃあ If you don't get back up, you'll fall back to yesterday. What an interesting introduction to a guy we don't like. What a dick. What a jerk. What an interesting episode. I feel like there's simultaneously not a lot of meat here and also a whole multi-course buffet. It just depends on like the angle that you observe it from and whether you can see it like refracting all the things that you've seen since then. I think for me, it clicks when I realized that the pig escape from Gurren Lagann is almost 100% a direct reference to this escape attempt in Ashita no Joe. I know that there's a lot of DNA of Joe in Trigger Gainax works, but this is like, it's almost directly one-to-one, but in Gurren Lagann it succeeds, because partly at least because it's so silly and because that show enables cartoonishness and silliness. But our focus is on Rikishi. Who is he? He is someone who's better than you. That's the most important part. He's better than you and the gap doesn't feel breachable. He's better than you and he knows it, and so does everybody else. He's so unfazed by everything Joe says. There's this deep strength in not being affected by the rest of the world. It's something we gravitate to in people, right? Like, some people are like droplets in a river, and they'll flow whichever way life makes easiest, And some people stand as rocks in the stream, and the world parts around them. And we gravitate toward those kinds of people. They're interesting. They're different. And Rikishi is set up as a character to be that. Joe's like that too, but Joe's more like a fish swimming upstream, right? He's like against the current. He's like in opposition. Rikishi is like static, like stable. Joe's a changing force, and Rikishi already has it. He's already got it. He's got the skill. He's whatever. He's like already on the mountaintop. But then it doesn't seem like he cares. It doesn't seem like it's of value to him. Does that make sense? And then we raised the question, like, why is he in prison? Why, if he's so confident and calm, cool, collected, what did he do to get here? Before we go any further, I need to answer a question in the back of my mind. In one of our early episodes, we have a sequence where Danpei is training a boxer, and the boxer walks out on him. Is that Rikishi? I'd like to go find out. No, absolutely not. But this is. Oh, but he's not doing that right cross counter that we brought up. He's going in for a big left. Okay, let's go through the episode. We set up prison vibes. We have some conflict in the car, and Nishi warns us that they're going to be trying to kill you. Don't worry so much, but they're cackling. I'm not going to die in a place like this. I'll get out of here soon. Joe swinging his shovel mirrors Danpei, but Joe is not cut out for this kind of work, both physically and psychologically. He's also not cut out for pretending, for like making busy work and acting like he's doing something and not doing it. Would be frustrating too. So he can't toe the line. And he tries to push Nishi away over and over. This place is killing me. Isn't there anything I can do? And we're looking out over the waters, and it's like, no. The answer seems to be like, no, nothing. He grips the barbed wire, and we spend like a full minute here in episode time going back and forth, looking at his eyes, looking out across the waters, and then him grabbing the wire and hurting himself as he gazes out at what he wants. There's something to that. Like a wild animal bashing against its cage until it hurts itself. There's something to that, and it fits our like eyes of the beast, the don't judge the wolf type of vibes that we've had. So they try to assault Joe, and he turns the tables and finds himself in a position where he's really vehement, like, I'm going to kill you. And I'll kill you for stepping on my face, for disrespecting me. I'll kill you. And he doesn't. He stops. There's real fear in this guy's face, which is a great, another flip like Nishi's, where you get the bully become the victim. Like, so horrified. These men, like, they trade in violence. They're cackling and laughing and mocking, but when it's turned on them, they shy away. They're like shadows. They don't want to be a part of it. It's as long as they're a part of a group, as long as they're strong, as long as they're confident, as long as there's no chance that it comes back on them. It's classic bullying style behavior. You only bully like that when you feel weak inside and know that you won't be hurt on the outside. Like, bullies don't pick on people who might fight back. Bullies pick on people who they know won't fight back. Joe fights back, turns the tables. I should, but he won't. But I won't. So Joe just walks away, glum, but not giving up. See your fortune, adults, 300 yen. Yeah, okay. 3 days, huh? Shiraki says something really interesting. It might be the most interesting line of the episode. I'm certain that if Joe wants to be a boxer, he won't try to escape. This is so outside of the context of the conversation that they're in, because this is a statement about the show. It's a statement about the story, which is really weird and something that happens all throughout Joe. But she, as the voice of the authors, kind of says Joe's route to being a boxer requires him to go through prison without trying to escape. It's as though escaping from prison is running away from your path, running away from the results, running away from the consequences. And if you do that, you'll never be a boxer. That if he wants this thing, he'll stay there. And the sentence is laden with all this information that she as a character doesn't have, but I think information that's present in the show. That Joe needs to, like, get himself ironed out. Joe needs to fix something internally. This place is killing me. Isn't there anything I can do? Anything. This moment is so interesting because where my mind goes, and I said something when this happened, I said something like, maybe inside, maybe only inside. And I don't mean inside the walls of the prison, although I mean that too. I mean that you determine your experience. Your attitude and outlook determines the nature of your experience. And this is something that we know is true because we have lots of examples in history of it. We have lots of people who are in really bad circumstances who find some kind of inner peace or inner light or purpose or meaning or something on the inside. And what those examples demonstrate is not what I think. Most people hit this wall, I think, and can't wrap their brains around the idea completely or like really incorporate it. And the wall is like, but the outside inevitably affects my inside, right? Like my experiences that I have are gonna cause me pain and trauma and harm and stuff, and like I can't change that. But I think that our minds create our realities, and I don't mean that physically, literally, although maybe that's true too. But in terms of interpretation and understanding and relation with reality, our minds create it. Let me give you kind of like a weird side example that I've been kind of cooking on and thinking up. Here are two situations, and they're functionally identical situations, but dramatically different internally. The two situations, both of them are you're sitting alone at a table outside a coffee shop, and you're waiting, sitting at that table for 2 hours. Okay? It's just 2 hours. You're sitting alone at that coffee shop for 2 hours. And the two situations are this. In one situation, a friend of yours has asked you to meet there at a particular time and has not showed up for the 2 hours. In the other situation, you decided to go and sit at that coffee shop just to sit at the coffee shop and enjoy your time, to people watch, to take in the air, to breathe, to think, maybe to scribble on stuff, whatever. Functionally, the situations are exactly the same. You are sitting in a chair at a coffee shop for 2 hours. Internally, they could not be more distinct. One of them is a peaceful, chosen, purposeful, enjoyable experience where you're choosing to engage with life around you. The other, because you're waiting for a particular thing and it's not happening, is miserable. Maybe you're one of those rare people who doesn't care if people stand you up and just like, you're fine sitting there for 2 hours. I'm not. 20 minutes in and I'm pissed. An hour in and I'm furious. 2 hours in and it's the worst day of my week. Maybe the worst day of my month. Maybe the worst day of my year. And I might not be friends with that person again, right? Unless they were like in the hospital. I might be at the point where I'm like, we're not friends. You stood me up for 2 hours. I don't give a fuck. Why does this example matter? Because the framing, the perspective, the internal point of view determines the nature of the event. And this is a very minor event, and the damage or the trauma or the pain that's involved in it is very minor, but I think as an example, it demonstrates a principle that can be expanded outward. You can be in prison, and you can see it as the greatest gift you've ever been given. After all, 3 hots and a cot. Hell, you could view these enemies who are trying to kill you as the best training grounds in the entire world, right? Wow, what a great way to learn how to deal with people, right? What a great way to hone my social skills, to be right in the meat grinder. Awesome. What a great place to find rivals and learn how to fight better. What a great place to get in touch with my internal world and not have to worry about like the outside world for a little bit. Is it easy or even necessarily possible to make those internal transitions? No, but if you can't escape the situation that you're in, how do you change it? Alchemy. Alchemy. By transmuting it, by sublimating it into something else, by reframing it and creating, using one of our great powers as human beings, which is cognitive flexibility, the ability to wrap our minds around something new, to change our position, to think differently, to question our own beliefs and understanding about something. I think you can use that to find a way that whatever is happening to you that's out of your control can be transmuted into something that you control. And I think that if you go across people and you examine people who have had really bad things happen to them, like really extraordinarily bad things happen to them, you come out with like two consequence groups where the really bad things become them and destroy them. Like that's the things that happened to me are me, and I'm just that. I'm injured, I'm crippled, I'm debilitated, I'm hurt, I'm a victim, I lost all of these things, I lost everything in a natural disaster and I'll never recover. And you've got the other set of people who go, I'm going to come back stronger. This is an opportunity for me to grow. This great pain and loss and trauma opens new doors for me to move forward into the future. And that's like such a difficult gap to cross. And it's not one that I know how to cross in every situation. And there are definitely situations where I look at them and I go, I don't know how you cross that gap. Like, I don't know how you transmute that into something good. That's just awful. So it's not universal, but this situation where you're a young man with lots of potential in a place, in a box with some bad people, this is a fucking wellspring of opportunity. If you can see it as one. Isn't there anything I can do? Maybe not in the way that you're thinking, right? But maybe on the inside. Like, you have time. You have hard physical labor that you're forced to do. It's terrible, but what if it was training? What if every time you were swinging that adze or whatever it is, you thought you were getting better at pummeling that fucking guy? Now there's something to it. Now, even though it's forced upon you, you're doing it as an act of rebellion for your own reasons, right? Like, yeah, I'll do the hard physical labor for you, fucking prison guards, but I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it because it sharpens me. I'm doing it for me. I'm here in this prison to get better, right? This is training camp. Suddenly the whole place changes, right? Suddenly everything's different. This is training camp. Wow, what a fucking privilege I get. I get to be taken out of society and put into a boot camp. Sick. Let's go. I know that seems super weird and it's almost like giving yourself a false pep talk, right? But I don't think that it's a lie. The point is that it's not to lie. It's not to convince yourself of something that's not true. It's to change what truth means to you. It's to change where the truth is and where you're finding it. Because the truth is, I'm isolated in a difficult circumstance without all the things that I would want. And the truth is also, I'm in the perfect proving ground to become a better physical, mental human being, right? The only thing that could make this better is if I had a library of philosophy to study at the same time. Give me the library, give me an empty cell with a pull-up bar, give me hard work to do, and give me people who yell at me all the time and keep me emotionally engaged. Pissed, right? Keep me pissed. Great, excellent, top tier. Top tier. Dante would be so pleased. Oh, Joe is doing physical labor and he's fighting a bunch? Perfect. Good. So, this births an exercise, maybe. something bad happens, you find yourself in a difficult circumstance, you're probably in one all the time, right? You're a human being on this world, and the world doesn't make it easy to exist. Okay, how do you reframe the parts of it that aren't easy to facilitate, like, the belief that they're worthwhile? No, they're not easy. It's not going to be easy to be in this prison. It's not going to be easy to do the manual labor. But things that aren't easy sometimes have value. So what are the hard things that are going on in your life right now that are obstacles or struggles, terrible things, and how could they be reframed if you were a different person, right? If you were a hero of an anime, how would you reframe those in a clever way to be like, no, those are resources. Those are my things. Those are where I'm growing the most. Joe doesn't come to any of those conclusions. He just wonders. He just asks and comes away pretty despondent, pretty hopeless. Fresh manure. I really love, it's kind of understated, I love this sequence of Nishi just like, I can see what's happening here. I can see what's happening here. Yeah, get chucked in the pig pens. Okay, this face transition, what the fuck? Holy shit, it's Rikishi-san. This is a little bit of jobbing, right? These guys are pretty scary and they're super scared of Rikishi. Let's talk about the introduction, huh? First, we got a bunch of characters interested in him, so our attention is brought to him. Then we don't show him directly. We focus on the bicycle. He has a bicycle. We go eyes wide eyes. And they're framed side side, right? So they're staring at each other. And then we go eyes again. And we hit with the hit of the theme as we pop his eyes in. Fuck. Okay, so there's so many interesting features about his face that didn't really show up in that first frame. His mouth is so rubbery and so mutable. It's really interesting. Gives him a huge amount of character. He's got very delicate eyelashes, which create that sensitivity in his eyes that we saw before. But it's not sensitivity, right? It's just how he looks. Underneath that, behind it, there's some cold. There's some cruelty. There's some real smugness to him, too. It's in that like pulled corners of the cheeks. I don't really know how to read it, but it's smug. It also feels like, gosh, what's his fucking name? Shiger. Anton Shiger in No Country for Old Men. Weird to say, but it's partly the expression in the hair and the facial features, the big chin and the flowy hair, but it's also this sense of not like other people that you get from Anton. And Anton in Javier Bardem's performance as Anton is so strange and off, because he's really like, he's like a vengeful spirit almost. He's not really a person in the film. No Country for Old Men's a weird film because it's not really a film about people. It's a film about like gods and devil level storytelling stuff. Anyway, Anton is kind of a devil. And here I get this sense that Rikishi is too. Like, the emotions on his face don't match up with what I expect in a way. There's some gap there that makes him so strange and a little unpredictable. But then his expression hits these angles. There are angles of his face where he's really kind of uncomfortable looking, but then also quite handsome. And then he hits these expressions, these frames where he's just idyllic prince guy, you know? But there's a secret underneath that prince. It's like, yeah, he's the idyllic prince guy with the torture chambers underneath. There's something layered in behind it. How do we do that? How do we layer so much intrigue? Okay, hand it over. Bam, super expressive. And smiling, mocking, not offended, not angry, never reactive, right? Always forcing others to react to him. A rock in the stream. Part around me. Part around me. And also, fuck you. Get this moment. See, these expressions, they're almost goofy. It's like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And it's different from the bullying of the others, the weakness bullying. He's not even really bullying. He's just thwarting. He's just fucking with you. I don't get it. Where's my thank you? He's got a need for respect. And he'll punish you if you don't respect him. Damn that asshole. I love this little moment of them walking here. Feels squad-esque, even though they're not squad. And it's time for pig games. I love the laughs. Yeah. I bet the voice actors had so much fun recording like 1,000 weird laughs. I don't like this sequence. I don't like the animal abuse. I don't like the shit everywhere. I don't like the weird, gross hazing. It's weird and gross and lame. Like, we started on such a high point with the twisted stick. It's like such top tier fucked up torture that all of this is okay. We're picking up pig shit. Who cares, man? Gross. It sucks. It's disgusting. I don't care. And then we do the animal abuse, and that really sucks. Then it becomes, we're going to throw you into a pit full of pigs and make them all stampede. They're beautifully animated in this sort of dark and horrid way. We end up punching and fighting pigs, which is weird. It's a really weird scene. But it's all to facilitate this riding the pigs out moment that ends up becoming really... It's like a big crescendo, a wonderful climax that gets cut off and denied to us by Rikishi, which I think serves to make us hate him effectively. Because there's this big escape attempt and it's really cool. Even if I don't think that Joe's going to escape, it's cool and I want him to succeed at this because he's so thrilled by it. It's also an awesome looking scene. I gotta go find... Oh, we're pig escaping. It's almost exactly the same. Yeah, almost exactly the same. And we get almost all the way there until he's there, the village chief. And he thwacks us with the big sword and all of the pigs fall. Ha. Let's go! Let's go! With the music all swelling and the big speed line scenes, I really want to root for this sequence and be like, yeah, fuck yeah. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's do it. And then there he is. The wall. The mountain to climb. But we're not ready to climb it yet. There's no escape for us yet. Go, piggies, go! My guy Be the Leafs his way through the fucking pig onslaught and punches us out of a pig and then punches a bunch of pigs. I mean, it's great. They're cool punches and stuff, but my guy, you're fighting pigs. Cut it out, Rikishi. We all have a nice laugh at Joe's expense. Damn it. Why, man? You're not gonna escape. Your game is over. Why? Why are you fucking with me? Are you trying to, like, you the prison bitch? You the teacher's pet? Like, what the fuck, man? I'm sorry, but you need to forget about escaping. Why? Why does he say that? And he's too fast. Bam. Stupid kid thinks he can beat Rikishi. The worst part is that you can't even faze him. He's just unshakable, unmovable. Honestly, it's like a fish trying to push a rock out of the river. It's not working. I've never hated a man more than you in my entire life. And it's not even like with a mocking tone. You're holding back tears. Why are you so upset? Unshakable. And that's the worst insult, right? Joe thrives off of getting a reaction out of people, needling people, getting the guards, the cops, the Yakuza, Shiraki Yoko, Danpei. Like when he gets pushed into a corner, he snaps back at them and hopes to get a reaction from them. And he cannot get a reaction from Rikishi. Ha ha, he's crying. I'll kill you. And then everybody, like, their tone changes. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's all fun and games until you get really serious. But then, hey, man, hold yourself back. This isn't worth it. You're actually going to get yourself killed. We frame Rikishi as unassailable. Like, this shadow on him, the strength in his jaw, unassailable. You're not going to touch him. I do what I want. Get ready. He smiles a little bit. Is it respect? Is it thrill at the fight? I don't know. Okay, I'm prepared. Bam, and he lets him. He lets him, and he lets him again and again and again. Punch, punch, punch. Nothing. Could have avoided all of them. Such an amateur. So he's not an amateur. And then we get a sequence where Rikishi moves faster than we can see. He's baiting him. Bam. And then he's there. Pop. And the visual changes behind us to the visual that we've had when Joe has laid people out. Who's in control here? Not you. Again. He doesn't wait for him to come back for it. He just lays into him. And these spiraling, sweeping punches all over the place are just like the great punches we've seen from Joe. Boom. How was that? Did it hurt? Not done yet. Yes, you are. Yes. Yeah. So he hit it in slow-mo. It's expressive all the way through. Rikishi's got his eyes on him. He's watching him. Casually wipes the blood away. And then asks for them to bring the fucking amber lamps. You are a strange guy. You had a good jab, but nothing else. I don't fucking get it. For Joe, this is the birth of a rivalry. For Rikishi, it's a Tuesday. Right? That's the vibe here. And that's really Joe's the center of things, and he needs to be. He's not comfortable with being somebody's fucking Tuesday. He needs to be acknowledged, and he needs to overcome, and he might struggle his whole life for that. So close, but Joe lost. And by a mile, by many miles, by a gap that he's going to have to close bit by bit. And it's going to have to start with some kind of attitude change, I think. Some kind of recognition that he has a mountain in front of him and he's got to start actively choosing to climb. Joe has spent so much time pretending that he's already on the mountaintop, that as a drifter, he's already got it made, that he already knows everything, that he's already reached his peak. But that's a sad way to live. And so it's a great boon, a great gift to be shown that there are much bigger mountains out there. Joe finally comes across an obstacle that he can't laugh off or snarkily make a joke about or punch to death. His coping mechanisms don't work against big boy who's better than you. He's fucking better than you. What are you going to do about it? And you're stuck here. You're not getting out. What are you going to do about it? In the intersection of those two things and a couple of others, I think that's where we're going to find out who Joe is going to become. We'll do that next week. For now, I'm going to wrap there and say thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Ashita no Joe. We've met the boy. Who is he? He's that guy. And he's better than you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next week for the next episode. Much love. Peace.